Right, let's dive straight back in, shall we? We are 42% of the way through the treetops. Let's see if we can finish this. I've got like an hour before I have other things to attend to briefly. Hopefully we will be able to come back and finish things off. Basically, I'll just have to take a bit of a break. I'm hoping that once we get into the groove of this, and the underside will hopefully not be too filthy, like it won't be ingrained or anything, so we can just stick with the yellow nozzle and be safe with it. That said, this tire is being a little bit stubborn, isn't it? Just the angles you have to do on this is really annoying. And the rope itself, of course, is all mouldy. Fairly sure spraying extra water on it wouldn't help, but hey. The rope all counts as the same thing anyway. We've got a bit underneath that we've not even touched. How demanding is it going to be about some of these angles, I wonder? Gotta get a bit right inside. There's the mold on top. What more do you want from me? More mold. How do you even get mold on rubber? Oh, there we go. Barely even flashed. Right, so what was I doing last time? I was doing the outside of this, I believe. So we're just wafting over it really quickly in an effort to get 42% before we finished. Probably going to have to bring a scaffold over here to get high enough to do the underside of these stairs. We might just get away with using an extension otherwise. I really should have done these going down instead of going up, because it's kind of annoying to get the bottom edge this direction. We should also be doing this whole thing going down anyway, I think. At least it's all coming off reasonably easy just with this nozzle. I'm probably going to need to swap to the short extension soon. I mean, I may as well already, because the width of the track is already too diffuse to be of use. Also got to get the inside of this curved bit here, and the underside. Now, there shouldn't be anything on the bottom of those first two, because you can't even see them. That would be rude. I wish each step was a ding. That said, because it's all one big bit, it should at least be generous. Kind of look on the inside angle now, because we were spraying from the outside before. Don't need to crouch anymore. Wrecking my knees for nothing. It's nice getting the big step areas at least. I should concentrate on just getting the easy stuff and then wait and see how much it needs me to do afterwards. Because I'd hate to waste a lot of time on really fiddly little bits and then end up with an entire step just going ding for me. Oh, that's nice, one of the joists cleaned. Okay, so now we're going to have to at least get back sides of these bits, which is fine. I think there's still more to do on the outside as well. Yeah, I haven't done the outsides of a lot of those. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, quite a lot to do. We can actually just yoink that. Just pick it up from ages away and dump it down. That makes it a little bit easier. Let's get a downward angle like this then. That makes it a bit easier to get the inside edges. Not that we should have to worry about too much of those. So, there's still quite a lot to clean on it according to the all-important little bar. We're going to have to move this around a bit more, I think. Oh. I mean, we're needing this for top railing anyway. It is annoying to have to get off it, move it, get back on it again. Okay. Let's get the longer extension out. Oh, there we go. So that was the steps. I didn't realise the handrail, or I'd forgotten the handrail was separate. But good that we've got the steps done at least. And there's the handrail. Perfect. Good. Now, upper deck railing. And then we've got the joist is separate. So we ran around to the top of this. We shouldn't need the extra long extension now. Even just the short might be adequate. Just. If we take it slowly. So let's work our way around the railing. We did everything looking a particular direction from the inside. So now we just do everything facing this way instead from the outside. We're going to have to get around most of the way before it gives it to us, I would expect. Okay, so this bit here I can't get the right angle on it, because there's the lower floor, so I'll just have to shoot up at it from the lower floor. That's fine. Still get most of the outside bits of it. But we shouldn't worry too much about trying to be perfect when we know that we've got a better angle at it from elsewhere. While we're here though, we may as well do this. It's weird how it's like stuttering and missing big sections when there's nothing in the way of it from here. It just keeps jumping between different bits, which is really weird. We're right at the end of where the short extension is useful at that point, I think. There is the other scaffold down there as well that we can use. The top bit I can get from the inside. Put it on aim mode so I'm not constantly shuffling my viewpoint around, because that's kind of nauseating. It's fine for me, but it's probably jarring for viewers, so... Right, well that's the outside of this bit done, which is nice. Since I was here and everything, there's still like maybe some tougher stains. Yeah, there's still some mold on there that maybe we need this for. Actually, honestly, it probably requires the red. That's going to be annoying if there's more of that I have to get off around some of these railings. So I'm going to have to come back and go hunting, basically. Oh well. We'll worry about that if it comes up. Quick drink break. Right. Okay, so we... Oh, there's the underside of this as well that we should deal with, shouldn't we? Because that'll all contribute. That's right, yeah, I went up one level too high, really. I should have been just shooting upwards at it anyway. Or crouching from the above level, I guess. Get a little bit more with the long extension from here anyway. Not much though. A lot of the problem with the underneath bit is that the cross beams actually have a gap underneath them. That, yeah, you got to get just the right angle to be able to deal with. I remember that frustrating me quite a lot the first time I did this level. But I also wasn't using all of the extensions and stuff properly, I don't think. So, I don't know, maybe we can get away without shuffling the scaffold around quite so often. It's just really a case of having a good angle on this stuff here. Oh, that's barely even touching it. Extra long? That's better. That's clearing it. And it's just a case of shooting back at it from the other direction. But it is weird that even though there's a gap underneath, it's not sectioned up. Or that it is sectioned up, rather. There's a gap underneath, but it's given as a separate section instead of all just one big piece. Like this whole side between the center joist and the edge should really be all one bit, so it would be more forgiving about the underneath, the bit underneath the joists, the horizontal joists. But it's not. So it just means we need to go this way and then turn around and come in the other direction. Just end up putting this somewhere else, like there. Yeah, so you can see here, we just go this way, and there's the joist, and there's the underside. We don't even need to do the whole thing, because it is kind of forgiving. We just need to get most of the way. Yeah, it's kind of weird that it isn't just the whole thing. But thankfully, it is not too ingrained or anything, so we are just dealing with it without swapping to the red nozzle or anything, because that would be really tedious. It will still take a while, though. Yeah, even got the right angle to spray underneath the joist to get the panel bit. That's kind of funny. In this case, as long as you spray kind of directly up at one point, and then get a steep angle from this point. Now this one's going to go all the way along there, so that's a bit trickier. But we can pick that up from the top there, from the lower level. So we should just concentrate on this bit here. It's kind of the key point for a lot of these big levels is don't obsess about trying to get everything from a single place, because you're probably going to have a better angle on it later, and it's just a waste of time. We can get the underside of the stairs from down here as well. Honestly, with the extra long extension especially, we can probably actually get a good hit on these railings without having to get up onto the scaffold. Yeah, it's not quite as good. No, I think scaffold is still the way to go for a... Even just the short scaffold will get us closer. We can at least do the, like, the inside of the joist anyway. The underside of the steps as well, perhaps. Just quickly zap along here to get the other sides. So that way it should definitely give it to me when I go and do the other bit of it from the lower level. There's the central joist. Should try and clear away as much of that as possible, so then I can just ping that from the other side as well. These are not calming cinematic soundtrack things here at the moment. That's better. The track called Dance Floor Soul promises to be much more relaxing than one entitled Fear. I guess it depends on what sort of chilling factor you're going for, really, isn't it? Going for... Well, it's calming cinematics, actually, not even chill. It's meant to be calming. Fear is not calming. Don't know, don't care who you are. Fear is not calming. It's just a tiny bit of that one. So I just need to get a steeper angle on that, probably. Yep. And that one's done. This joist apparently still has issues. Probably from this side. Yep. Ding ding. Nice. Wonder what that tiny little triangle in the corner is. There we go. And related joist. That bit I can just get standing on the stairs, probably. Normally I try to work like top down entirely, but I don't really have any qualms about doing the underside before doing the railing, because the underside is not affected by the railing. It's not going to like drip down onto it or anything. Get a bit of an angle on some of the joists as well, or the outer joist. Oh, I missed a big one in the middle there. Must have been about where I started, I guess. I should probably just... yeah, there we go. Central joist is now done. Excellent. That's now done. That's now done. Yeah, I just missed doing a lot of these things here. Okay. Oh, that's right. It was because I started actually getting credit for the inner bits without doing the bits underneath. And then those the other side there. Cool. Right. This bit around the tree is kind of annoying. Other side of the tree. Well, they've got the joist bit. Will work. Oh, I was about to say we'll work back the other way for cleaning up these bits, but that one I obviously got enough on. We're also not 100% cleaning some of them, like there will just be little bits remaining. But that's fine. It's not enough to really count too badly, especially given how forgiving it seems to be for the obscured parts. Just some of the greeny bits of algae. Moss or lichen probably actually will be the yellow and sort of pastel lichen. Hey, 60%, nice. They deposit their scat in bundles like a wild hog. Apparently share an identical diet. Yeah, this guy's a bit of an idiot. Should have been doing straighter lines, but never mind. Gradually, just run across. And coming back the other direction, we'll probably have to barely touch some of them to actually get them to ding. And then we can jump on the scaffold again. Okay. It's really weird that you've got these long joists going across, but the planks are not directly fixed to them. It's kind of strange. Like if anything was to have a gap underneath it, it should be the center joist instead. Then all the bits going out sideways should be flush against the planks. And then it would run along underneath those to kind of hold them all together, like they would be fixed on top of the center joist. Kind of a weird arrangement. Okay. Didn't realize that little bit was separate. Why is it telling me to pick up or place equipment? Oh, it'll be the ladder, like, through the collision. That for some reason it knows it's there, so it's letting me pick it up through the floor. So weird. Okay, upper deck rim joist. Most of why that's still dirty is actually from the outside. Because I left the ladder standing up against the outside of the house up there, I seem to remember. Anyway, let's do that. And there's the joist. There's the under bit. There's the joist. Underside joist. This is just the joist, I think. Oh, it's still not giving it to me. There we go. I think the underside does need doing a little bit, actually. Oh, there's that one. And the joist. And the underside. And the joist. Deciding not to give it to me. Maybe if I go a little bit slower, perhaps. Strange. Must not have got a good enough angle on the other side or something. Some of them just give it to me, the others don't. It's kind of strange. That bit's done. It's just the horizontal that's not. Oh, it'll be the outer facing of it as well, probably, actually, come to think of it. There's a bloody scaffold there. Yeah, there is the outer facings. Although that should have mattered too much. So which of these joists are still undone? This one? What's... okay. I'd noticed nothing different about that. It must just be some of that lichen that's just still hanging on a bit, because I went over a bit too quickly. This one as well. Here we go. This one, quite a lot apparently. Doesn't want me to do, like, okay, no, apparently not. I was about to say it doesn't want me to do the top of the joist, does it? Oh, I can actually see a little bit on that one still. Yeah, I was just going a little bit too quickly across some of them, I think. Well, that's most of the underside done. Okay. I can't put it on the path, apparently. That's annoying. Okay, well those bits I should have gotten from the stairwell instead. We can come back and do those if we really need to. I can also, like, turbo this. But once again, we shouldn't waste too much time trying to be perfect on it, because... oh, that's the wrong one. Because we might end up being quite generous on it. We might not have to actually come back and do the really tiny bits, because it'll just ding for us anyway. So let's do the easy stuff first. Maybe I should have got the other scaffold, actually. Should also just put it closer, I think. I think in the early access version I didn't even use the scaffold very much, and I just ended up like running around the railing shooting the forward bit. I think it took a lot longer than it needed to. Is upper rim Upper deck rim joist. Ah, I see. That is a separate bit, so it's just that bit by the stairs there. That makes sense. Okay. I honestly should have just moved the scaffold after I fell off anyway, since I'm going to have to go down anyway. Okay, so it's not all one big bit. It is separated up in a fashion. It's just kind of weird how it is separated. The railing, though, is one big bit. You know what, let's just pop... Oh, there is another scaffold over there as well. God, there's scaffold galore. Got you down there. You're a very tall one. You come over here. What angle do I get for you? Decent. Not quite what I wanted, but it'll do for now. And I can go to the next one up as well. At the very least we can get this joist bit done. Probably goes up to the tree, I'm guessing. Yep. Cool. Let's go up for the railing. It's weird how it keeps kind of shifting angle awkwardly. Maybe it's because it's the extra long and I kind of don't need that much reach just at the moment. This should do well for the... Ah! Fell onto the stairs. Okay, let's just drop that down to the short or something should be sufficient. Yeah. Ah, this railing is sectioned up as far as the tree. That's good. So it's not the whole way around. It's just from the stairs to the tree. Let's see how demanding it is. Do I have to go back and find some more bits? Maybe over by the stairs. There'll probably be some bits that I haven't done. This is awkward. I wanted to do the other side of those bits. Doesn't matter. Perfect. Good, and it went all the way through. Saw something shoot up there. That was probably a bit of the railing on the other side, I guess. Not sure. Can't see anything now. Okay. Whoop. Next. This side. Okay. Now we need to do these bits. I need to do the underside of the railing as well, though. Or do I? Seems maybe I don't, because I was shooting upwards from it with the other washer, so that's good. So this railing section probably only goes as far as the stairs up here. Kind of a case of maybe it would have been better to do some of the stuff first, because then the house is becoming a bit of a backstop for the spray. Would have been less to have to do on that a bit, but not a huge difference, I don't think. Stand back a little bit because I'm getting too close with the extension on. Some random bits on the wrong sides here. It is a smaller chunk, so it might be a bit more demanding on those. Though, never mind, it's actually not. Now, this deck joist, I think, goes all the way to the corner, perhaps? Not just up to the stairs, because technically it runs along the front of the stairwell, but... yeah, there. Okay. Whee! Down we go. Handrail is all one piece, it seems, including uprights, base, and rope. So that's kind of weird. So we're going to need to get more on the inside of that, I suspect. This joist going across. That'll go as far as the tree, probably. Oops. It's not that far away. There'll be the top side of it as well, of course. Right, railing. Let's try and get this done. Before we start doing the inside, we'll do the outside for a change. Also probably only goes as far as the tree, but I'm only getting half of it from here. Okay. The side of that post, sure, why not? I can get a lot of the stuff from the inside, I don't know why I'm bothering, but never mind. Okay, so we got the underside of all of that. Now it's just a case of doing the underside from this bit. Whee! So yeah, this bit here. Like so. Joists. Still need to have the other side done as well, probably. Get a much better angle at it here. Ding, ding, ding. Nice. The backside of this upper rim joist. And then the other side of these cross joists. Apparently it still doesn't want to give me. That's kind of annoying. That one we did, that one we did. It's just this one here for some reason. That one? Don't know what it's complaining about. Did we just go too fast over it, perhaps? Oh, there's this. Is this the one that I was trying to get? No, there was one further along. Isn't there? Yeah. That one. Maybe because of the bit at the very end. There we go. Crazy. Okay, get this railing done. From this side. Don't have a good angle to get all of it. Really need to get onto the scaffolding for this. Actually, at minimum, let's just jump onto the other railing. Nice, that's the joist. Then how much of this is just because of odd angles that I need to get? Probably a lot of it, quite frankly. Or is it the same? Oh, it goes all the way around. Okay, it crosses the corner. The bottom bit doesn't. But the railing actually goes around the corner. Long extension gives me a little bit more reach. Just gone extra long actually because I need it to get to the corner anyway. There we go. I think it doesn't really expect me to get all the way into the corner. Okay, now just a tiny little bit left. That's annoying. Probably just these little bits here. That's for the joist. What about for the railing? How do we get in there? There's also just these little bits underneath. It's not taking much to finish it off. But we need to look back this direction. Ah. That direction. That makes sense. Short break while I check messages. Right, now let's try doing this bit of this railing. Well, joist, technically. There we go. Oh yeah, the railing we already actually managed to get. So it was just this joist, so that's good. That's done. Very nice. Underside of these stairs, we can get quite nicely from underneath here. From this level. Oh, there we go. There was the handrail, in fact. Did a good enough job from the other direction. There's this little bit of railing here, which I suspect is just self-contained. So there's not really anything connected to it. And then this handrail section here, we can just kind of spray and pray on this side of it. We should have actually tried to get more done on that from underneath, I think. This bit has a little tiny railing section here, which also needed to be gotten from the other side while we were down on the ground. Never mind, we'll just tidy up all that stuff later. Right. Need to get the tops of all of these too, which is kind of annoying. It's also a better way to get the tops of these steps, I feel. That's probably from the top looking down. But we can get the front edge of them all at least. It's weird that the base is part of the handrail and not the steps, given that that's what connects all of the steps together, and each, like, the steps is, they're not individual parts, it's all one part, but they're only one part because of the side. But the side is not part of the steps, it's part of the handrail. Go figure. Okay, we should do the middle. First, let's get this lantern, because I completely forgot it even existed in my early access playthrough. There we go. Good. Let's get rid of the extension, because I won't need it for doing these sections here. Let's just do this railing bit here. This should just be like living on its own. Yep, and incredibly generous. Now we can kind of get a bit of this handrail, and then get the rest of it from the other side, probably. And we can do the front of the steps. Yeah, well, there's the handrail. Alright. Just give it to me accidentally, that works too. Get the leading edge of the steps. Probably do them second, really. It makes more sense to clean them from the top looking down. So then all the water like spills off the front, and then you turn around and clean the front. Or it just gives it to me like that. That works as well. Weak. Now let's just do the top of the railing, shall we? It's like partially inside the tree, but okay. Well, hopefully that isn't an issue. Doing. Oh, got a bit of a half jump there. It's awkward. Walk the plank again. It's weird because in the playground, the bridges and stuff, each individual upright was a separate dingable section, separate piece. But for some reason on this one, they're not. For the railings. Like the railing should be the, just the top bit. And then each individual plank, or paling, should be its own bit. Never mind. Handrail's nearly done on that side. I suspect it probably needs a bit from the outside. Not sure what's remaining on this one. Possibly also a bit from the outside. Maybe a bit from the top looking down should be sufficient. Nope, not quite. That railing bit is actually part of the other side. It turns the corner. That's understandable. Oh, is it one? Ah, yeah, so the staircase railing looks like it's actually shared. The others weren't, they were separate, but this one is for some reason combined. Strange. Bit loose there. How can I get a good angle on the outside of this? I mean, from downstairs, obviously, would be the best one. Rather than trying to do it from up here. Also try putting a short extension on to get a little bit of a different look. Also, if I stand on that railing section here, which for some reason is still eluding me. There we go. Not for long. And then doink. Maybe I can, there we go, get a good look on that. No, so that one is actually separate. It was just at the same level of not complete. Ah, that's why, because the bottom bit hadn't been done. That would do it. Upper deck rim joist. That side's clean, this side is not. Does it need this side done? Or does it need... Ah, it needs this side done. That makes sense. There we go. Get this railing bit done. 75% complete is nice. Doing pretty well. But we're coming up on when I'm going to have to take a fairly extended break. But then hopefully I'll be able to finish it off after that in the same recording session at least. Let's just stand on this table, shall we? we'll get the upward angle of these railing bits from the other side. If we didn't already, I think we might have already actually. Yeah, we did. So this should hopefully just deal with it. We just steady, just do each of the uprights in turn. There we go. Lovely. Oh, and now this side, which I haven't done the outside of yet, I don't believe, so this we can only get about halfway. But that's alright. A little bit more by doing this. Getting those sides of the uprights as well. Cool. Now, let's take off the extension and just do this workbench, shall we? Just kind of a weird thing anyway. Now, does mold come off if I stand close enough and go slowly enough with the yellow? Kind of, but it's a lot quicker if I use the red. It seems like there's a lot of mold on this table. Let's just clear off the worst of it and see what I'm dealing with here. So then I can just target the bits that I need to. Also, it's all just one big piece, so I should probably just go over it with the yellow first, clear away what I can, and then we'll see how much of the fine-grained stuff or ingrained stuff I need to worry about. We do the underside as well. Yep, because everything, including the legs, all counts. Okay, but we are going to have to now take a little bit of a break. So, let's just jump on the table, look at the house, leave with the music, and take a short break. Okay, we're back for a little bit. Had to get my daughter in her chair, give her something to eat, and then grocery delivery arrived. It's all happening this morning. And then the pump is going to beep and need to be flushed in about 5 minutes or so, probably. Which means I should probably keep one ear open. And then within an hour or so, my parents are visiting, so we're a bit under the pump for this. 25% to go. Can we finish this in time? Or do we have to extend this over another session again? It might happen. It's a bit chaotic. Normally I just wouldn't have streamed at all, but I thought, no, I want to get this done, I just want to make some progress. The number of times I don't stream because it's going to be mildly inconvenient or a bit kind of interrupted, yeah, I'd never get anything done. Just gotta bite the bullet and just accept the fact that it's going to be a bit fragmented. Gonna have to do a little bit more in post for YouTube highlighting. That's fine. Otherwise, the idea was maybe just record locally instead of streaming at all. And then just pause recording as I go, but I'd rather have the option there for people to come along and have a chat and stuff. You just never know. I just hate wasting so much time on this. Just a pretty inconsequential part of the map otherwise. just because it's so filthy. I hope that it doesn't get too super demanding. I'm hoping that I can now, having gone over a fair bit, I should be able to just jump on top and clear away some of this mold from the top side of it. And hopefully that'll be all that it needs. I think I have to do the left-hand side with the red nozzle as well, I think. Try and get into the edges and stuff. Yeah, this side I haven't done with the red nozzle. It's a really tight angle here too. They don't give you much room to work with some of this stuff. It's a bit rude. Gonna be wasting a lot of time just trying to find what there is remaining on this now, probably. How about if I just crouch instead of going prone? Slightly different angle on some of this. Oh, it's so close. Like the top of that bit or something, or the side bits here perhaps. What is there? There's the little vice bit. Side there, the side here perhaps. Feet. Kind of run out of ideas on what else it might be demanding for me from that. Let's just do the floor for now. And then we can just use tab to see where it still wants me to clean on the table without it being distracted from with a lot of stuff from underneath it as well. Am I still crouched or something? No. Just so used to standing on top of things, I guess. Plank by plank. Like how I did the top ones was kind of a good way to do it. Sure how much more there was on this joist bit. Did it go... Oh, it might go the whole way around. So I'll need to do some more from the other side. Kinda makes sense because it does sort of connect through the whole way. Ah, there's a little bit of mold on the corner of that research desk still, looks like. Let's get the floor done first, shall we? Shouldn't have to go all the way on this. Good. Right. Well, I saw a bit on the corner here. Yes! Thank you. Now, what about this joist is not done yet? It'll be the outside, I suspect. This railing needs to be on the outside as well. Okay, oh, we have so much still to do on this. I don't think I'm going to get this done today. 22%, but it's a big 22%. There's a lot still to do. There's all the undersides, all the fiddly bits underneath. There's a lot of percentages that we're going to be wasting a lot of time trying to get. Never mind. Be a little bit annoying just to have a tiny segment left to do another time. Oh, there's the beep. So, back in a sec. Right. Let's keep moving. Against a clock, and I don't know exactly when it's going to run out. Am I getting... Oh yeah, I'm clocking my head on the top of the one underneath me. Top of the one underneath? The bottom of the one above me. Seems my directions are all reversed today. That's not going to help. Should be able to stand up now. Good. Spin. Do a little turn on the catwalk. On the catwalk. I shake my little tush. On the catwalk. I'm too sexy for my washer. What's that? I'm too sexy for my dirt. Too sexy for my dirt. Too sexy, it hurts. Bing. Boing. Boing. I always forget that shift seems to cancel aim mode, which is kind of handy sometimes. It is useful to have something that does cancel it. But at the same time, then I expect to still be in it, even after doing a little run. Get the tops of these done as well. Amusing that that is enough to clean the lantern. Yeah, I can get the tops of these signs too while I'm at it. Finish off the rest of those another time. We're just going to have to get those from the outside, I think. Leave these till last, to be perfectly honest, but whatever. Or I can look down, like go down the steps at the end to finish off these. I can just kind of do a little bit of a run at them, just going upwards first. We're going to have to do all of the outer bits anyway. Maybe I should finish doing the outside of all of the railings first. Right. Well, I may as well finish what I started, and that's the top of these railings, first of all. Okay. Then that one's already done in the middle there, because it was a self-contained piece. Be nice if more of them were just individual sections instead of these giant bits that you have to do all of the bits for. But whatever. So we're going to be wanting to look back the other direction realistically for these, I think. I mean, we'd be putting the scaffold on the far side there anyway, does that make sense? Or I might not even need a scaffold for this lower level stuff. Might just be able to put on one of the extensions and be able to do it all. Getting all the top side stuff, so just looking up at it should be plenty. Except for just like a little bit in the corner behind each of these bits, I guess. Should be fine. Okay, and then that's the joist that goes around. So, middle section I need to do the joist around the whole thing. It's just around the outside now for the middle layer, I'm fairly sure, and underneath. So that's kind of nice. guess we just continue doing the railing here for now. I swear the character model is just a little bit too chunky sometimes. Let's go. Spray backwards at some of the stuff as well, why not? But basically I'm going clockwise here, I want to go anti-clockwise from outside, I think. But these corners are always tricky. Just basically look up at the corner. Ah, it's moldy here. That's annoying. That's an added element that I didn't need. There's all of these bits being moldy as well, so they need the red nozzle instead of just the yellow. That's irritating. Doesn't make a huge difference, to be fair. It's still just kind of swishing over it pretty quickly. Might be through all of the mold now. No. No, we are not. How does mold grow on wood outside anyway? Did you not use treated wood? Give it a bit of paint or something? I don't know. I guess it happens anyway. It's always going to find a way. Pretty tenacious stuff. Okay, can we get away with just the yellow now? Maybe. A little bit more promising. Yeah, there we go. It's a bit better. Past the worst of it. For now. Yeah, moss it seems gets cleared away easily enough regardless. It's just the mold that sticks. Okay, I was meant to be looking the other way for all of this, but I got turned around from a bit further back. I was meant to be going this direction from this stuff. But then I guess from the bottom I'm going to be spraying this way anyway, let's be honest. Okay, go top here, do that bit there. Alright, I mean I could just do like the picnic table and stuff too if I wanted now. I bet this is going to be mouldy, isn't it? Yep, that's all mouldy. But it's undercover. Shouldn't it be better? Oh well. Get what I can of the frame from this angle. A little bit underneath. Should probably actually use the turbo so that way I get a bit of splash on it as well. Get the other side. Leading edge of the other side. And there'll be a little bit of a splash underneath. And prone to get right underneath. Is there even stuff underneath the bench seat? Maybe? Hard to tell, I guess there probably is. Even though it's a really hard angle to actually get any of it. Once again, I should probably just try doing the larger parts first and then just see how much more it makes me do. Rather than going in too much too quickly. Boing! Boing. No, boing. Oh, hit my head. I can stand up at least though. Okay, let's... this one. Let's see how bad it is first. Pretty bad. Quick wash first, and now we'll dot matrix the rest. Okay. And the bench seat here, and then we've got the whole other side on the other angle. Slow and steady. Otherwise I have to just go over the same bit more than once. More. Cool. Now this edge. You do like ends as well, probably will help as well. We're getting there. Takes so long just to do the bloody picnic table. When we're cleaning off grime the whole time, at least. So I guess it all counts towards the percentage. It's just extra elements that we're having to do. But the fact that I'm having to use the... oh, thank goodness. The fact that I'm having to use the red was the really annoying bit. Now I have to wash underneath the table as well. And there's a barbecue as well behind me that's going to be really irritating as well, I suspect. Let's look through the seat to get the bit underneath. Which honestly I probably don't need to do too exhaustively, and it'll probably still just give it to me anyway. It's a large enough area. Catch myself kind of wafting it back and forth too quickly again. Spraying with abandon. Let's go a bit more methodical once more. Okay. Trying to think of what to do next. I suspect the outer railings would be the best thing to do next. And then we've just got all the little bits underneath that I'm basically leaving till last, like there's a little obstacle course sort of thing under there. And then eventually there'll be the front steps. I guess we could do those on my way down. I don't need to leave them till last or anything. Doesn't really make much difference. Something's got to be last, but it doesn't have to be that. Be all the little obstacle course bits underneath instead. And I've bound to have missed something on the upper levels anyway. Probably some joist or underside or something like that that will have been missed. Okay. We're getting there with the floor. Unfortunately, this one's a bit less interesting. The top level, because we were following the contours of the house and stuff, was a bit more interesting. The middle one was around the research table area. This one is mostly just a big square. It's kind of boring. Alright, I have to do the barbecue. Because spraying a pressurized gas cylinder with a high pressure water jet makes perfect sense, right? Seems totally safe. Perfectly safe and reasonable those would be left just sitting here, getting dirty, instead of being safely locked away somewhere and only brought out here when you needed them. And, you know, perfectly sensible that you'd be using a gas flame barbecue on a wooden treehouse in the first place. Yeah. I think if you want to use a barbecue, you should probably be using it in a concrete-based enclosure, just a little bit away from the main wooden structure. Just, you know, safety first. Or just spray over it first and then get all the rusty bits separately. This is such an annoying place for it as well. You can at least get up on the railing to do bits behind, which is lying down on a railing, by the way. That's what we're doing here. Like, I appreciate the level design to an extent, but I do feel they could have thought of, you know, maybe these people would have put it in a more convenient place for cleaning, or maybe we could put it in a more convenient place for cleaning. That's what we're having to do. No idea what this... There we go. Chopping board needs. Apparently that. The rest we can try and get from the front, hopefully. Where we've got a little bit more room to work with. Okay. Underside of the table? Seriously? Which means I have to come in from the side? Okay. These gas bottles are going to be really annoying, I can tell. I don't know what bits are even left on them, but it's going to be a really awkward angle to get it, I bet. Oh yeah, it's like the tops there. There we go. Try and just scour away all the rust from here. The handle. Should have done this from the back side, to be honest. Okay. Who cares about power washing a barbecue anyway? Seriously, it's just going to get filthy again immediately. Just a nice patina of charcoal on the barbecue is just what you expect, really. I mean, the rust is no good, don't get me wrong, but... that's just a case of leaving it outside the whole time instead of, like, just tucking it away, or, like, this is why you have barbecue covers. You should have a canvas cover, and I could just power wash the canvas down easily enough, and that'll be fine. Oh, and the stand is a separate bit from the barbecue itself? Which means we have to do the underneath bit as well. I really don't like having to do little annoying features like that. It just doesn't make much sense why you wouldn't have it covered. It's not really my place to be fixing up someone else's mess. I'll do the structure, but I feel the accessories and personal belongings are not really part of the job. Probably have to do like the inside of the drum, I guess, maybe. Oh, the gorilla's separate, and apparently it has mold on it even though it's metal. Who knows? And I have no idea what's remaining on the drum part either. Probably something niche on the back that I've missed. Ah, there we go. Drum cleaned. Is that everything? Oh, the side table still has a little bit. What have I missed on the side table? I could have sworn I got everything on this. Something down on the bottom of it, perhaps? What is... no, apparently just the little corners on the feet or something. That was really hard to see any difference, to be honest. Anyway. That's the really annoying bits done. I don't mind that they're complicated, it's just it makes no sense. Nice. Okay, we're getting there. Let's just spray the handrails a bit on my way down. Still not sure quite what the best way of doing these step bits would be. Anyway, that's technically part of the larger joist area anyway. We'll also have to do the underside of the steps too, of course. I'm guessing the handrails is mostly the outer bit that I need to do, I think. Don't think I've done much from the outside. Okay. Yeah, I haven't done anything from the outside. Yeah, probably want the short extension. Oh, that was part of the problem, is I still had the short extension on, and I thought that I was doing it stubby, but that explains why it was a bit weird doing the falls. It didn't help with the barbecue angles either. Never mind. Handrails. Let's do what we can of this. Is it one? No, it is two individual pieces. Inside edge as well. And never mind, I won't need to do the inside edge as well. It won't make me do that. Never mind then. Let's do the bottom of the steps here first so I can get the undersides of the bottom ones, those that require it. And then we can worry about standing up to the others. Truly have done probably the underside first and then the top side, because you'd get a little bit of spray going through and going onto the top of it probably, but whatever. Thankfully, not in the simulation of this game. Don't have to worry about quite that level of realism. Let's just do some of these posts as well, but we'll just work our way down the outside bit since that's the filthiest part of it. Got pretty generous on the other side, so yeah, see, I didn't really need to do all of that at all. Okay. Now here I was meant to work anti-clockwise, wasn't I? So I should start the other side of this. Don't get caught on a sign. Except for these corner bits, I needed to shoot in at them to get the right angle. That's right. This way. So yeah, now it is about just going anti-clockwise around and getting at least the railing completed. The joist will probably be completed by spraying on the inside while I'm doing the underneath. Or not. This game is intent on just making me a liar about everything that I venture forth as an opinion. So, oh, there's the railing. Oh, you'll probably have to do such and such. You what? Say what? So the joist extends like through the tree basically. The railing will go slightly around the corner, but I think I've already done the other side of the bit around the bend from the upper level. There we go, and there we go. Nice. And then this side still needs the joist done. Does go through the tree. We need to do the bottom of the steps and the back side of that joist. There's the steps done. Then there's the railing up there that we can probably get with the long extension or something, to be perfectly honest. This joist doesn't want to finish. This one might need the underside or the back side done. Cool. Railing probably goes all the way to the steps again, but that's fine. It's mostly just a case of doing the large upright areas and the posts because they have the most dirt on them, sure enough. And there's the joist. Nice. Okay, so we need to do the railing of this one now. Same sort of idea, we need to kind of work anti-clockwise. We did the steps. In fact, we've done the railing as far as this from that scaffolding, so it is just this railing now. And at minimum, the long extension seems to be sufficient even to get to the top of the railing. The extra long would definitely do it, but might be a bit of overkill. But if the railing doesn't ding, then it'll be because we probably need to use the extra long to get the more tenacious bits right up the top. Never mind, like I said, the game is intent on making me a liar. Joist, I probably just need to do a little bit on the inside edge. It's that side. That's a different one. And then there's this one. Perfect. Okay, so let's get a nice angle on this to get sort of underneath it, and then worry about coming back this way. Go, and the joist as well. Nice. Now we might actually just want to work our way down like this for this one because it's a bit tricky. But that'll get up to the joist and include the edge of the joist. There we go, and then we just work our way back this way. Cool. And then we just do a side, like basically joist to joist here. We'll probably just have to do a little bit of an angle to get the bit just underneath. But the left joist should hopefully ding. Oh, it's being very forgiving. But not forgiving on the joists. That's interesting. There we go. There, this joist doesn't need a hell of a lot left, does it? This way. Go, and now just the rest of the underside, and that'll be the middle deck done. Joist, underside, joist, nice. That is pretty much that. Excellent. Now we can swap back to the short extension probably for these bits, because it's not that far away now. We're over the 90% mark, which is very tasty. Just do like one way here. I guess we can get a bit more in the middle now that we're past the tree. And we just do it in halves, to be honest. Get caught up on the obstacle course. %. The little bits of the obstacle course and stuff are such a small amount of percentage, but are going to be quite irritating to actually do, I suspect. So they'll take a lot longer to do than their percentage would indicate. Okay, now let's look this way to tidy up these bits here. Ding, ding, good. And then, ding, ding, good. Ding. Not a ding on the joist though. Interesting. Didn't do enough from the other side, obviously. Well, I guess I didn't do it down this end. Yeah, so I'm going to have to come back the other side of the joists, I guess. Really needed to do them the whole way along. Got that one. Ding. There's a reason I called this one Lord of the Dings the first time around. Right, so yeah, that one's done. It's just, yeah, these are pretty obvious, aren't they? It's that. This. Ding, ding. Okay, was there one joist still? Yeah, this one here needs a little bit of TLC still. What's missing? The edge? No? Ah, right at the end there. Okay, that's pretty much everything for that. Pretty much everything for... Oh, oh, oh. We've got a bit of underside here that is not done. It's undecided. Ah, missing right down the end there. Nope. What doesn't it like about this one? Something that I couldn't see, apparently. Okay, everything appears to be done. Well, I bet there's going to be bits that I've missed, but let's just start doing the obstacle course, shall we? Balance board. Just moldy, because of course. Cool. There's the soccer ball. Spin, spin, spin. There we go. Freed it up. Balance board done. Balance steps. Cool. So a couple of signs to do as well. What have I not done on the balance board? Oh, the edges probably. The others didn't seem to care about doing the edges, but I guess it depends on which angle I get them on in the first place as to whether or not the edge just kind of gets conveniently done for me. Yeah, there we go. It's a thicker one. Got it. Tires. Oh god, I hate these. How much the insides do I have to do? More than I would like is the answer, I suspect. To do more on the inside, it's also moldy, so I have to actually use the red for them as well. Why did it have to be mold? See, moss I can get behind. Mold seems a bit weirder for tires, because normally mold I thought grows on like biological things that it tries to eat. So I could understand dirt and stuff getting in the cracks of the tires, and then you end up with moss. Not so sure on the mold side of things. It's mostly the other side of that one. I just need to do the rounds, essentially. Rounds, get it, because they're tires. Probably have to do a little bit on the inside as well. Yay, one down. Two down. Definitely a little bit needs to be done on the inside of it as well. What have I missed on that one, I wonder? Apparently quite a lot. This one, but on the inside as well. What have I missed? Where are you still filthy? Apparently nowhere. Okay, now I've got to do the edges. Not sure how dirty it is on the inside. We'll just try following it around. Spraying a bit on the outside. It's meant to be just like bark on the inside, so hopefully this will do the trick. Playground border. Why is it considered a playground in a treehouse where the dude is like hunting Bigfoot? That's kind of sketch. So I thought of as an obstacle course, not a playground per se. There we go, good. Now, I notice I don't have a checklist left, which which means there's more than 3 things left to have to clean. So that is a tad concerning. One sign. I was hoping to leave the signs till like last, basically, but there we go. Ah, there we go. Lower house wall, upper deck rim joist, and vertical house trim. Okay, so upper deck rim joist. Which one? Upper deck rim joist. Oh, is it the one over by the stairs or something? Deck rim joist, that one's done. Deck rim joist is done there. And then vertical house trim. So it's just one of these upper bits, and then a lower house wall section. Okay. Didn't get underneath the window on that one. That's a bit embarrassing. Vertical trim. Is it one of the ones up top, perhaps? I bet it's got barely... Sorry. Yep, barely anything on it. Didn't do that side. Okay, upper deck rim joist. Not this one. Is it one of the ones around a tree or something? Not this one. Ah. Is it you? No. Okay. Thought I was clever. Not this one either. Not that one either. Oh, this one. Ah, okay. This bit here behind the tree is a separate part. Ah, I did not realize. I expected it, there we go, to be the same as the bit going all around, because the railing was the same. Ah, we're done. Biggest job yet, but not the biggest job ever. Yeah. Let's go up and join the gnome in the hammock, shall we? If we can. Hey, there we go. And let's watch the play-by-play. There we go. I like how methodical it was. Managed to do it pretty well. That time-lapse definitely deserves to be longer, given how large that thing is. Cool. That's a relief. So that's the biggest. We've now cracked $10,000. Now we've only got the temple to go to unlock the next layer of things, basically. So that's cool. We can pick up with it next time. Thankfully didn't have to spread this over 3 sessions. That would have been awkward. Cool. Well, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time to clean the temple. And that's a tall one. That should be fun. It's a tall order. See you later.